looking to take a measured approach to this game. What should we expect to see in these half-court sets?
Yeah, typically these two coaches want to make sure they're in control of what's transpiring in the half court. So you'll see that point guard look over to the sideline, maybe get a play call from the head coach, and then try to execute it. But they're certainly seeking out the best matchups, and if that means changing sides of the floor, getting to the third and fourth options, that's exactly what these teams will do.
So the net starting five. LeVert and Carroll are the wingmen. Allen is out there with Williams, and it's Irving at the point. Now here's Carroll. Jacks up a three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You know, early in his career, Kevin, DeMauri did not have the green light from deep, but he's proven to be more than capable from three-point distance.
Tatum on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Walker the pass to Hayward. Now here's Brown. 5 on the clock. Boston needs to get off a shot from deep. Boston again missing.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Here's LeVert. He's covered by Brown. And there's the foul. It's on Jaylen Brown. That's his first foul.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
Hayward against Carroll. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Allen.
Well, I think this is the kind of defense that you need from your leader. Gordon Hayward excellent at staying in front of his man.
Boston again missing.
Man, they had high hopes for a fast start. They get out of the gates 0 for 4.
And the pass to Irving. Out to the wing. LeVert the pass to Allen. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And there's a deceptive strength to the lean frame of Caris LeVert, showing tremendous strength on his way to a tough finish.
Walker dishes to Tatum. Over Williams. Tatum's shot is off. The Nets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Pass to LeVert. It's Allen on the wing. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That's his first foul. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Allen. It's rebounded by Tice.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
And his guys are getting frustrated. Coach just really kind of needs to calm them down.
I think, Greg, they've got to continue to believe that the next shot is going to go in. He can hopefully communicate that effectively to them.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Knocked loose. Here's Tatum. Good on the 13-footer. And no doubt Brad Stevens, one of the most respected young coaches in the NBA. Doris, he doesn't try to coach around foul trouble.
You know what I love about Brad Stevens is he's always trying to question the norm, meaning he doesn't want to do something simply because that's the way it's always been done. So just because a guy has 2 fouls doesn't mean he automatically takes him out. I like that kind of out-of-the-box thinking. Yeah, boy, it never gets old watching this guy go to work at the offensive end. He's so gifted.
Irving against Walker. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Irving. Here's Williams. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, so rewarding for a player to beat everybody to the basketball and convert that second chance bucket.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
And the Celtics making a change here. Smart's checked in. That's good from Williams. Celtics trail by 4. Smart kicks to Tatum. Fires from deep. Kyrie Irving grabs the miss.
I'll tell you, if he keeps missing shots, it's going to be a tough night to try to trim this lead.
And it's LeVert missing.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
Shots good by Walker.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
Now, here is Irving. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shoots over Walker. A nice shot by Irving.
Well, the ability to score at all 3 levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
Hayward passes to Tatum. Outside, Smart. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer on the way. Connects from three-point range. Smart's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's LeVert. Outside Irving for the 3. Rebound Boston. Tice has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. Here's LeVert. Passes it to Irving. Over in the corner, Williams. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Irving against Walker. Pass to Tatum. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
With that now, only 2 of 7 to start the game. Not the start he was hoping for.
Now let's find out what head coach Brad Stevens had to say to David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, he said for them to be successful, they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees, unquote, every time the ball goes into the post. If they don't, he thinks they're going to be in for a long night. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now here's Carroll. They get it back, and Williams is right there.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Tatum against Williams. Free throw line jump shot. The shot will not fall. And it's the Nets taking it the other way.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
Now here's Carroll. Back to Williams. Carroll up top. Just 5 to shoot. Over Hayward. Williams. And Williams is right there. Williams has got 7 points.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Hayward kicks to Tatum. Back to Hayward. From down in the low post, it goes. Hayward's got it all tied up now for Boston.
We know this about Gordon Hayward. He can score from three, he can get to the mid-range, and he can score if you allow him that kind of interior position.
Irving misses.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The things Kyrie Irving can do with the basketball are just jaw-dropping. Doris, a gifted ball handler.
Well, he will go down as one of the best dribblers to ever play the game. Creative, consistent, quick with every move. He is fun to watch, Kev.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Well, I like to see them mix it up a little bit. You've got to keep the opposition off balance.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Williams, he's checked in for Daniel Tice. Marcus Morris comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Walker. Here's Davis. Here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Smart. Dinwiddie passes to Harris. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Williams with the defensive effort. The Celtics with the lead. Smart kicks to Morris. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
This is where the frame of Morris allows him to absorb that contact and push right through it. And to me, Marcus Morris, guys, has proven he's a critical piece. On the defensive end, he can guard either forward position. He can guard bigger guys because of his strength. And on the offensive end, he can go inside or out. He can come off the bench or be a starter. I love his game.
One shot, gentlemen.
And last season, Morris was hurt for a spell, and the team missed his depth.
Right, Kevin, because Marcus Morris coming out of the summer was not 100% healthy. But as the year wore on, he became a matchup problem and an excellent defensive player.
To stop the run, he muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
The Nets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And the free throw, no good. So much of being a scorer is finding ways to get open without the ball, Doris, and there are a lot of guys that do that very well in the league right now.
Well, you think back to guys like Ray Allen, who have retired in the last 5 to 6 years. He was one of the all-time bests. You think back to the Detroit Pistons teams and Rip Hamilton. They set the stage for today's generation. Guys like Klay Thompson and Kyle Korver, who are relentless in their motion and sometimes do it randomly. Outside of the context of the offense, they're just, because they've done it so often, the kind of movement they create puts tremendous stress on your defense.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
Joe Harris, a guy that bounced back between the G League, Doris, and the NBA his first few seasons.
Right, Joe Harris has thrived fitting into a shooting role with this team. And credit Coach Kenny Atkinson for saying, listen, model yourself after Kyle Korver. Boy, what a storybook season for the Boston Celtics as they enter the championship conversation. The Celtics taking the Cavs to 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals before ending in heartbreak. And to do it with one of the youngest rosters in the league, look out below, everybody.
Basket good.
This is one of Tatum's main strengths. He is a polished shooter who likes working in the mid-range.
And Williams with the stuff.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
And when we're talking about the Celtics young roster, Doris, we're talking 19, 20-year-olds playing major minutes.
Well, think about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and the accelerated growth from a season ago because of the important roles they had to play. Same thing with Terry Rozier. The remarkable piece was their ability to keep improving as the year wore on. One of the more amazing things we've seen.
So Rozier will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. A minute 42 left to play here in the first. That one good for 2.
Boy, defender taken out of the play with a rock-solid screen. No way he's going to get through that.
Harris passes to Dinwiddie. Back to Harris. Looking for Napier, and he gets it there. Here's Williams. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Oh, man, off to a terrific start. Yet to miss with 6 made buckets.
To the paint. Here's Williams. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, you can tell there's a team-first mentality with the young gun Jason Tatum working to find the open teammate. Nice.
Here's Dinwiddie. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Williams passes to Dinwiddie. Williams trying to break free. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got the game tied up here for the Nets. Kicks to Tatum. The pass to Wanamaker. Williams against Davis. Morris outside. Now here's Rozier. He's covered closely, and he makes that one.
And very little defense here to start the game.
Boy, both teams rolling right now on the offensive end. We got a little barn burner cooking.
Here's Dinwiddie. He kicks it to Williams. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. It's the Nets now. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far for the Boston Celtics. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
2011, I came into a league where the point guard position was still being revolutionized, and now guys are solidifying that spot every single year. There are young guys coming in, but now we have established point guards that are franchise-changing point guards. And for me, having that competitive drive every single game, I know I'm going against an elite point guard every single game. So I think that now coming into the league, it's a lot different than it was before.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And the Celtics guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Well, I think one key is they've controlled the tempo so far. And I know it's early, but it helps to have this kind of lead.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of KEMBA, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Boston, Williams is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Jaylen Brown. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Wanamaker in at the 2. First free throw is good.
And boy, Robert Williams, big athletic guy who just doesn't back down. Still polishing his game, polishing that skill set, but when he's focused, he's absolutely spectacular.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Maybe the most amazing thing about Williams outside the alley-oops is this shot-blocking presence he gives you on the floor.
Yeah, he's one of the few guys that protect the rim from anywhere on the court. Tough inside, able to get out on shooters, and plays with an attitude. Menacing.
Here's Wanamaker. No points in the game yet for him. Now, here's Rozier. Napier covering. Clock at 4. Brown outside. And Davis pulls it down.
Yeah, and even with his range, that one might be asking a little too much.
Yeah, that zip code might extend beyond his range. My goodness, let's take a better shot next time.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Outside Williams. Pass to Wanamaker. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
That's an example of great communication. He knows the spot to get to, and the pass is waiting for him.
To the inside. It's good for his 8th consecutive basket in only 8 tries. Wow.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Rozier looking around. Baseline jumper. Brooklyn with the rebound. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. Passes it to Harris. Down low, Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Or is this Brooklyn team, they've been playing more up-tempo the past few seasons.
Well, this is a team that has been amongst the highest-paced teams in the league the last few years. They have a roster that excels, Kevin, in open space. And you have to, as a fan, I think, appreciate the style of play.
And Doris, to try and improve the flow of the games, teams now have fewer timeouts. Players have to be faster about retaking the court after stoppages. I'm assuming you're like me, all good things, right?
I agree, Kevin, and I think what people don't know is the impetus from this actually came from the coaches themselves. Rick Carlisle said, listen, we need to pick up the pace of play because we'd like our games to fit in a certain time frame. And listen, when you've got the leadership at the top in Adam Silver, who always makes clear that game flow is one of his focuses and that this is an entertainment medium and let's please our fans, you're going to make the right choices.
Here's Rozier following the bucket by the Nets. Damari Carroll's checked in for the Nets. Brown outside. Here's Here's Walker. From 13 feet, it goes down.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Here's Dinwiddie. Allen in the post. That's tipped. Now here's Brown. Defense is right there. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
How about the leap forward, guys, that Jaylen Brown took as a second-year player in the NBA? He improves across the board and becomes a mainstay of their rotation. And there's so much to like about his future, guys.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Doors with Brown, you knew he had the athleticism, and now we're seeing the skill.
Right, because Jaylen Brown has great work ethic and is putting in the time to develop every facet of his game. This guy strikes you as a young man who's got a very bright future on and off the floor.
And so he hits both.
How exciting is Jaylen Brown as a basketball player? This guy is a skilled forward who loves showing off that ability to dunk the basketball.
Now here is Irving. Shoots over Walker. Irving's shot is good. And the Nets lead by 3.
That's a perfect mid-range jumper. All he needs is an inch of space, and they gave it to him.
Here's Walker. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That's good from Walker. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage, staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn. And so Walker nails both of them.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
Walker against Irving. Tipped away. It's stolen by Morris. Walker against Irving. And it's Brown missing.
Boy, the defense gets into his head and alters his release when he really doesn't have to.
Carroll finds Davis. Over Morris. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. Lets it go from 14. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 6 in the quarter.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And last year, the Celtics appearing in the Eastern Conference Finals for a 35th season.
Simply incredible, Kevin. The most in the East by far. The Sixers and Pistons are a distant second and third. And the way this front office has constructed this roster, expect that total to rise in the coming years.
Smart's checked in for the Celtics. Here's LeVert. And again, no good by Brooklyn. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, last season started with that horrific injury to Gordon Hayward's leg. Now, it's been a long road back for him, but he took heart in the encouragement he received, not just from his family, but from so many well-wishers. He said, "You realize how lucky you are to have people from all over supporting you." Guys?
David, I think everyone is rooting for his complete recovery. Thanks for that report. Here's Irving after Gordon Hayward's bucket. Pass to LeVert. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game. The pass to LeVert. Carroll kicks to Irving.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
And then Allen slams it in.
Well, Kyrie Irving, if you're open, he will find you. This guy is a scorer, but he understands others have got to come along with him.
Outside, Walker. And too long on the shot.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Irving against Walker. Irving dishes to Carroll. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Hayward. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Hayward's got the lead up to 5 now for Boston. The Nets have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. LeVert the pass to Irving. Hands it from downtown. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oh, no defense right there for that shot from Irving. Released so quick, especially off the pass.
Here's Smart. The teardrop falls in.
Boy, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
Nets trail by 4. Out to the right wing. Walker against Irving. Pass to LeVert. Now Carroll. Clock at 6. Irving up top. Guarded by Walker. Irving can't get it to go. And it's the Celtics ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Walker taking his time here. In the corner, it's Hayward. Shoots over Carroll. Hayward can't hit. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. That one's in there. The Boston lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Allen.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Smart finds Walker. From outside, off the mark. And it's Carroll with the ball for Brooklyn. Passes to Irving. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Boy, the floor spacing that Kyrie Irving brings to the table is impressive. This guy can cash in from deep consistently.
Morris against Davis. Morris kicks to Hayward. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Hayward's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
Irving against Walker. Irving passes to LeVert. Pass to Davis. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
You know, rough start for him, but he seems to have turned the corner here in the second period.
Walker dishes to Morris. And the pass to Hayward. Brooklyn with the rebound. Allen's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And here's Irving. He's got 10. Pass to LeVert. Irving kicks to Allen. Oh, that's blocked. Hayward with the ball. Knocked loose. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. The dish to Davis. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And it's a 3-point Nets lead.
Assists like that have typified.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what KYRIE was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player he's become.
Here's Wanamaker. Rozier kicks to Hayward. And for Irving, he has let more of his personality come out on and off the floor, Greg, now that he has his own team.
Yeah, Irving's development as a player.
Take a break.
Still
Take a
has
break.
the great shot and
Two
handles
shots.
that make him so deadly with the ball. And just visually, while the leadership is also evolving, he just seems more in control of his game and even more lethal as a player.
No good on the free throw.
You know, I think the beauty of Gordon Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics is that, one, he was reunited with his old college coach, and two, he was familiar with the system and knew his match.
The Nets with the lead. 1:27 left in the first half. Pass to Dinwiddie. Williams trying to break free. They get it back. And that one drops. And that's now 6 points for Allen.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Celtics have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. Well, Doris, with Hayward's ability to shoot and pass from the wing, his fit with the Celtics just made sense.
You know, it probably was not easy for Gordon Hayward to leave Utah, the organization that drafted him and put faith in him. But to me, the Boston situation was too good to pass on.
Now, here's Napier. Pass to Dinwiddie. Harris outside. Allen left side. Shot clock at 5. Williams goes up and lays it nice and easy. And it's a 6-point Nets lead.
Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
Williams against Tatum. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
What a polished scorer is Jason Tatum. Use your physical gifts and get to work.
Here's Dinwiddie. Kicks it to Williams. Over Tatum. And that one released in time, but no good.
If you're going to play for this team, you've got to be willing to mix it up on the defensive end. And Jason Tatum gets in the space of the shooter. That's nice.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. KYRIE, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
So I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. They found their rhythm in the second quarter and have to be feeling good here at the break, holding on to that 4-point lead. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives them. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
And Shaq, your thoughts on the Celtics?
Well, they're getting beat up on the boards. Smack them around. And you know the coach is unhappy about it, because I'm unhappy about it, Ernie. I'm sure he's in the locker room right now saying, hey, we can bounce back in the second half. You need to dig deep, show some pride.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
Welcome back, everyone. There's State Station. That's where you get off the T if you're going to go visit the old State House here in Boston. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And Brooklyn has possession. 4-point game. Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. LeVert and Carroll are the wingmen. Allen Williams out there with Allen, and it's Irving at the 1 spot. Now here's Irving, and it's Allen with the jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Now, here is Irving. Allen kicks to Irving. Outside Carroll. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Carroll's got 6 points.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Tatum against Williams. A baseline J. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Carroll against Hayward. In the corner, Irving with it. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Williams against Tatum. Over Williams. Tatum's shot is off.
Well, it's not the defense that caused that miss. That one's all on him.
LeVert the pass to Williams. Irving against Walker. Fires for 3. Let's keep it alive. And Williams throws it down.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
You know, it's an invaluable asset to have. He's as tenacious down there as anyone. Well, you think about the Brooklyn Nets and Kenny Atkinson having a tough task of rebuilding this organization. It is still feeling the effects of the trade that stripped them of so many picks. But give Kenny credit for embracing the challenge and knowing there's a long road ahead.
Here's LeVert. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Just 3 to shoot. Can't hit from the elbow.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, classic example of crowding the shooter, not letting him get comfortable in the mid-range.
And with Atkinson and the Nets, he said it feels like the team is a starter.
Right. Atkinson has taken a more hands-on approach with the team. He works out with the group. He does weightlifting with them. He wants to build the idea that the team is striving towards something together.
The shot's good from Irving. Irving's got 12 points in the game.
Oh, guys, there are not many strokes more pure than that of Kyrie Irving's.
Here's Tatum. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
In the mid-range, Rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 12. Shoots from 14. The putback. It's good on the putback. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Tatum, and it's Boston with another.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
Nets leading by 5. Down low, and Allen slams it in.
Well, you love the unselfish nature of Kyrie Irving. He understands it's his job to make the guys around him feel good and find them in their sweet spots.
And Walker kicks to Tatum. The 7-footer falls. Tatum's got 8 here in the quarter.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Now here's Allen. A steal. Here we go, one-on-one. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Hayward.
Gordon Hayward has an exceptional ability to get out on the break. This guy's a terrific athlete who the defense has trouble staying in front of.
Irving against Walker. Here's LeVert. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 6th assist on the night.
Obviously, he's not the top priority for the defense in those situations. It results in an open 3.
Now here's Tatum. 21 points in the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Allen Williams. That's his first foul. The Celtics making a switch here. Smart's checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Davis is checked in for Allen. Outside, Smart. Back to Walker. Fires the 3. With that miss, he is now 4 for 7 from the field.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Brown outside. Drilled from 11 feet out. Brown's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, don't you love the way Jaylen Brown is squaring up in the mid-range? This guy's getting his feet under him. His pre-shot preparation outstanding.
Here's LeVert. He's got 5. The kick out to Irving. Here's LeVert, guarded by Smart. 6 to shoot, and Davis gets it to go.
Controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
Here's Tatum. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
I tell you, this guy is capable of some amazing finishes. Jason Tatum, my goodness.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Terry Rozier comes in for Walker. And when you talk about someone being thrown into the fire, Tatum called on early by the Celtics his rookie year.
That's right. With the injury to Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum was placed into a very prominent role. And how impressive was he with the poise and the polish throughout the year? Really incredible.
Now here is Harris. And the Nets, another 3.
Another triple. And that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
Irving against Rozier. Outside Tatum. Brown outside. Good work there as it goes. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Dinwiddie dishes to Irving. Down low, Davis. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
That's just great savvy in a pick-and-roll situation run perfectly by KYRIE Irving.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Irving.
One shot.
Free throw good, Davis.
Well, the Brooklyn Nets, one of the younger teams in the league this year and last year. And obviously, with young teams and with the style of play, turnovers are going to be something you've got to contend with along the way.
Now, here's Tatum. 24 points for him. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
And there's the pass to Napier. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. Pass to Davis. Here's Dinwiddie. Rozier defending. Lets it fly. Offensive rebound. And Davis can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 7. It's Brown on the wing. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And along with the turnovers, outside shooting can be a problem for the Nets.
Well, think about it, Kevin. I think there's a fundamental belief in today's NBA that you need to shoot the 3 to win at a high level. So even though this organization right now doesn't have a ton of lights-out shooters, they are committed to getting that style established in their franchise.
And he knocks down the first one.
What an interesting evolution for the Celtics last year at the point guard position. Of course, they trade Brooklyn's unprotected #1 pick for KYRIE Irving. Then Irving goes down, and you think, okay, they have to go into the playoffs without that veteran closer.
Morris is checked in for Jason Tatum. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. One thing we know about the KYRIE injury, they discovered a potential star in guard Terry Rozier.
Well, I think the Celtics knew what they had in Terry Rozier. This is the guy many in the organization wanted to draft in that draft class. And I believe Terry Rozier is a starting point guard in the league, and he certainly proved just that.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And even though Spencer Dinwiddie had a breakout year, he felt that his time was long overdue.
Yeah, and in between the injury in college and kind of being buried on the bench, he's had to overcome a lot and has always believed in himself. And he feels when matched up head-to-head with most guards, he's going to come out on top. Showed exactly why he believes in himself so much with that breakout season in 2018.
Well, think about it, guys. Last year, Spencer Dinwiddie, a little bit of a breakout year, right? Stepped in for the injured D'Angelo Russell and helped the Nets stay competitive, proving to be a big-time scorer.
Smart passes to Rozier. On the wing. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. And Doris Dinwiddie's so good at finding a play to make, even when it seems he has nowhere to go.
Well, that quick first step opens up space to get into the passing lanes. This guy makes a lot of jump passes, but seems to get away with it.
Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Williams. Harris looking it over. Clock at 6. Back to Napier. From deep three-point range, Morris with the rebound. Celtics trail by 8. Over in the corner, Brown. Now Smart, 5 points in the game. Brown outside. 13 feet away, and the jumper is good. Brown's got 11.
Well, this is what they love seeing from Jaylen Brown, the aggressiveness down near the cup. This guy's attitude, tremendous.
Now here's Napier. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. The rebound by the Nets.
Now, great look on that. Just a little out of rhythm.
Yeah, he looked like he forced that a little bit. Just needs to take his time. Got to make these shots right now.
Now here is Harris. 6 points for him. And it's Carroll in the corner. Back to Harris. Three-pointer. They get it again. Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
The other bench deflated because that was a rough sequence for the defense. They hated to give up those points, but did nothing to stop it.
And no doubt that Marcus Smart is one of the better defenders at his position. Quick feet are complemented by that strong frame, and he just digs in and against would-be scorers and just never lets them get comfortable.
Allen's checked in for Davis. On the free throw, no good. And Greg was smart. When he's off the floor or injured, you notice just how it changes the team's defense.
Yeah, I mean, the defense overall just seems to have less bite, less edge, less toughness without Smart. And the way he plays, you feel like he is looking to make a play on defense rather than just trying to slow his man down. Great at taking charges and forcing turnovers. He is truly the catalyst of their defense.
A shot. Back to Napier. He's looking for Carroll and finds him. And there it is for him.
Well, he has the size to be effective inside. DeMarre Carroll understands how to use that frame to get inside and make shots. Let's remember, DeMarre Carroll has been around a long time in the NBA. This guy is a tough defender, and his offense had taken a step back the last few seasons, but last year took on a much greater role and was a big-time locker room presence.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses.
Now, did you know, Kevin, that they call DeMarre Carroll the swag daddy because he always dresses to impress? I hear the wardrobe is unreal.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
For Boston, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
First one falls for him. Good on both. 34 seconds left to play in the third. Napier finds Allen to the middle. Here's Dinwiddie. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dinwiddie's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, Spencer Dinwiddie can make an impact in the painted area. He's got size at the position.
Out to Morris. There's the triple. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. 8 points for Marcus Morris.
That's what you call working inside out, drawing the defense in close, kicking it out for the open jump shot. Nice and easy.
And here's Napier. Over Rozier. No good. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Nets lead by 3. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So Rozier will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. We've got Hayward. He's out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Tice in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Harris kicks to Napier. Back to Harris. Lets it go from deep. A three-pointer is right on target. Harris has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Nets. Celtics trail by 6. Passes it to Tatum. Knocked away. Napier with it. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Williams passes to Dinwiddie. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
And Tice gets it to go.
Well, Jason Tatum has proven he can score at the NBA level, but you want to see him share the basketball. Pretty pass.
And Allen slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Walker's checked in for Boston. LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn.
One shot.
And that one falls for Allen. Well, you just have to admire the job that this Nets front office has done to improve the roster.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, they have taken on bad contracts in an attempt to gather assets. They have found talents like Spencer Dinwiddie who were passed up by other teams. So even though they didn't have a ton to work with, the team has kept pace with their improvement.
Nets leading by 8. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Here's LeVert. Nailed from three-point land.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Tatum against Williams. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Allen. Here's Dinwiddie. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Leaving the rest of the field in the dust.
Boy, what great speed he's got, Greg. Just phenomenal work getting all the way to the cup in transition.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And not too long ago, Doris, the Celtics put up the most shots in the league 2 years in a row, but last season they were 25th in that category.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They became a different type of team 1 year ago. There was more movement, more sharing of the basketball. They went deeper into the shot clock on almost every possession, and that made it harder for defenses to key in on any one individual.
The Nets making a switch here. Irving's checked in. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. He's not satisfied with their effort level. He said, we're not hustling out there, guys. We are not going to win that way. I promise you. We've got to get after it. We'll see how his team responds.
Clock is at 3. Rozier for 3. Trains the three-pointer.
Okay, Gordon Hayward, we know you're an all-star level talent as a scorer. Now you're just showing off with that pass.
Walker against Irving. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Nets lead by 12.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
Now here's Walker. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And now that final debt Doris has been paid, it must feel like a huge relief for Nets fans to be done with that trade they made with Boston.
Well, you hate to say it, but trading for KG, Pierce, and Terry back in 2013 turned out to be a disaster for the Nets. Probably set the organization back a good 5 years. They must be thrilled to be out from under the weight of that mistake.
The first one falls. And good on the second, so he makes them both. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Irving against Walker. Irving kicks to Williams. That's tipped, and they get it back. Rozier with the steal. Pass to Tatum. Walker against Irving. That is good. And the Nets lead is cut down to 8 on the bucket from KEMBA Walker.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Gasping for air and giving limited effort on the defensive end. Right now it's all about the offense. Boy, the shooting has been off the charts.
Now here is Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Off the mark from 16 feet out. Hayward looking around. Walker in the corner. And another basket for Boston. Brooklyn with the ball. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Tatum against Irving. Here's Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 8th assist in the game.
What a turnaround in the second half. So much more accurate overall.
Celtics trail by 8. And Walker kicks to Tatum. Back to Walker. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's Irving. Lays it up off the glass.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
The Celtics have gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. Here's Tatum. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Tatum's got 26.
One thing Jason Tatum has showed us is he can make contested shots in the NBA. Think about that guy, so young, yet so unshakable.
Here's LeVert. There's the feed to Williams. It's deflected.
Well, really improving as a defender. Jason Tatum has those long arms to redirect shots.
The pass to Rozier. Back to Tatum. Outside, Walker. Shot clock at 6. Shoots the 3. But they get it back. Tice kicks to Walker. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
No good on the free throw. Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in, and a change for the Nets. Carroll's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Here's Irving. Over in the corner, Williams. Here's LeVert. He's covered by Brown. Unloads from 13. Again, the Nets for 2.
He's made obvious improvements since the half, really getting into an offensive groove.
To the middle. It's stolen by Carroll. Kicks it to Irving. Another one falls for Brooklyn. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Outside, Tatum. Pass to Tice. Outside, Walker. The 3. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
I'll tell you, he's doing everything scoring-wise this period to try to keep them in it.
Here's LeVert. He's covered by Brown. Irving against Walker. Chalk up 2 there. 20 points for Kyrie Irving.
Well, Irving has been in attack mode all night. This guy is comfortable from any spot on the floor.
Tatum against Williams. It's tipped. Hayward. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
They'd be in a much deeper hole without his contributions, no doubt about it.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. That free throw good from Hayward. And seeing Gordon Hayward out there, you have to be glad that he was able to recover the way he has from that devastating injury on opening night last season.
And I remember your call of the moment, Kevin. The whole NBA world just was shocked on that opening night. As bad as it looked, it seemed to be clean enough to where Hayward won't have any lasting issues with it. The rehab obviously wasn't easy, and I'm sure Hayward is just thankful that he's been able to come back completely from that injury.
Carroll dishes to Dinwiddie. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Carroll against Hayward. Hayward with some nice D. Celtics trail by 7. From deep. Dinwiddie with the rebound. From 12 feet out. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
And here's Walker outside. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Nets leading by 6. Here's Dinwiddie. At the elbow, Williams. They get the rebound. Hayward with some nice D.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
Left side, Walker. The 3. And it's Hayward. That time on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 4 assists now tonight.
Kevin, don't you love that Gordon Hayward demanded the basketball in such a crucial possession? He has really matured.
Williams passes to Dinwiddie. It's Carroll on the wing. Defended by Hayward. Carroll finds Allen. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket. Shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
This guy just isn't missing today. I mean, what a day he's had from the field.
And his shooting is the only reason this game is as close as it is. He's been Mr. Reliable offensively.
1:52 left in the 4th quarter. Here's LeVert. He's covered by Brown. LeVert the pass to Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. Williams has got 23 points.
Don't you love how LeVert looks for his guys? Totally unselfish, does whatever it takes to get the win.
Right side to Walker. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
Big time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Has the ability to score against size, and those were crucial.
Here's LeVert. He kicks to Dinwiddie. And they call an illegal screen here.
I think that's a case of nerves right there, guys. That was a pretty bad decision.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
Now here's Walker. Hayward on the wing. To the paint. It's tipped. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
I'll tell you, that's the killer instinct you need to have. You love the attacking mentality near the cup.
On the free throw, no good. Brooklyn's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Poked away. Boston's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 1. There's 48 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, KEMBA Walker.
And, guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Rozier, he's checked in for Boston. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Passes it to LeVert. Over in the corner, Rozier. Down kicks to Tatum. Brown the pass to Tice. Hayward with the ball. Shoots over Carroll.
Look at Damari Carroll get in space and block the shot. Defense at its best.
Right side Irving. Over Rozier. Irving misses. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
Which one do you think came first? The keyboard or the computer? The answer may surprise you. The for layouts, such as Dvorak and Colmack, that claim to make your hands do less work. Yet, KYRIE remains the most...
Well, the former number 3 pick in the 2017 draft, Jason Tatum has been nothing short of amazing as a young gun in this league. What a star
harder to find each key. In fact, the KYRIE layout was very carefully designed to prevent the mechanical parts from jamming together. You see, typewriters, unlike modern keyboards, use large mechanical parts to press ink down on paper. If someone pressed down keys that were next to each other on the typewriter, the parts would sometimes get jammed. Jamming is no longer an issue today, because modern devices do not have the same clunky mechanical parts. More recently, some inventors have designed new clever layouts, such as Dvorak and Colmack, that claim to make your hands do less work. Yet, KYRIE remains the most popular keyboard layout in English-speaking countries. Isn't it interesting how a solution to a mechanical problem from 140 years ago determines how we use technology today?
Now Irving. Pass to Carroll. Can they get it? No good from three-point territory. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, what turned this game around tonight?
Came out with energy in the second half. I mean, after we had a little bit of a lull there, called a timeout, and we regrouped and got it together. I thought we played well, shared the basketball. We regrouped.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a different team second half. Thanks, Gordon. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.